Hi all. So welcome to this channel, and today in this video session I'll discuss use of into clause in SQL stored procedure. So let's move on to the demo. I have created this example to show you or demonstrate you that how we can use the into in our stored procedures. So basically here I am creating one stored procedure that is named as store3 and whose specific name is also store3. So basically when we create the stored procedure, a program type object gets created with named stored3 whatever is specified on the specific node. So if we do not specify specific here, then if this name is in the range of 10 lengths, then that would be uh, applicable, else system name would be generated using the specific by itself. Now let's start with the body section of the stored procedure where I am going to use the into clause. So here you can see I have declared these four variables just to demonstrate you how in different ways or in different syntaxes, using different syntaxes, we can use the into clause in our stored procedures. So you can see these all are of integer type and whose default values is set to 0. I can set it to any other values as well, either to null. So in case if we do not set the default values, the default values would be null. In that case we can also set the default value as null explicitly here. Now you can see I am using the values clause to just I'm getting the values from this, that is var1 plus 2. var1 is initially 0, so 0 plus 2 is 2, and I'm getting that into the variable var1. So basically var1, which is initially 0, now becomes 2 after execution of this statement, SQL statement. After this we can see another way that in that case we can evaluate the null value to the val2 variable. So you can see I directly evaluated the null value. So either I can evaluate an expression or a value or a null value to the variable using the into statement, into clause. So basically values is combining with the into to make it more powerful than before. Now you can see other thing is like select count name into this variable var3 from this table. So basically what I am doing is I am getting the count from this pf underscore d table, and I'm evaluating that count into the variable var3. So this is a simple SQL statement which we basically write in our SQL RPGL programs as well. So this is how we would be writing the same thing in the SQL stored procedure. Now you can see other next statement, that is values var1 plus 2 var2 plus 9 into this. So basically here I am evaluating more than one values. So here you can see, so all the values would be separated by comma. So here there are two values separated by comma, var1 plus 2 and val2 plus 9. So if in case if its var1 is currently 2 and val2 is null, so basically this would contain something like 2 plus 2 4 or 9 something. And here in the next example the same way, here we are selecting only one value. Here you can see select count named comma count star. So both are same, either count name or count star are same, but to demonstrate the syntax just taken this in other way. So into var3 comma var4 from pf underscore d. So basically here evaluating two variables with the same values. So you can see how all these all our statements are differ with the syntaxes, but basically fulfilling the same purpose of using the into clause in themselves. So these way we can use the into clause in our SQL stored procedure. Let's come out of this and let's compile this. Run SQL stm command is used to create the stored procedure using the source member. So source physical file name is stored proc, library name is this, and source member is this. Just take F10. Commitment control would be set to none here because we are not using that. We can define the naming, system naming, but here it's sys, so let it to sys. There are multiple other exam options which we can set. So these options are either can be set in this command whenever we are creating the command stored procedure using the run SQL command. So we can set it here, or we can set it on the SQL source member itself using the set option command there. So here we will be setting the source debug view so that we could debug this stored procedure. Now let me tell you or clear you that once this object gets created, so you can see this is an program object of attribute CLE. So basically either I can call it from here itself, or I can also call it from the strSQL. So both way are possible. Let me show you the ways. So let's first debug the stored procedure. Stored 3, just wait till the time that debug source available to us. Just set the breakpoint, call this program. It's a stored procedure, not a program. It's a program, but it's a stored procedure program basically. So here you can see I'm calling this and I'm in debug mode. So either I can call it from here, or I can call it from strSQL as well. So I'll show you the same demo from both ways. So initially you can see these are set to 0. Now after executing this line, now var1 becomes 2, val2 becomes null. Select count name into this, var3 becomes 6 because there are 6 records in this file. Var1 initially 2 and it's null. So let's check. It's 2 plus 2 4. It's still null because we would not be able to add null with any number. So adding any number to the null would be null. Now here in this case, to count 6 and var4 is also 6. So this way we can execute this, or from here also we can call this call stored 3. So it's in debug mode. So once I call this, the debug source would be presented to us. So it's now 2, now null, it's 6, it's 4 and null, it's 6 and 6. So this way you have just to end debug. So you saw that how we can use the into statement in the SQL stored procedure with the values, into clause with the values in the SQL stored procedure. So that's all in this video, which should be covered here. So that's all. Thank you and have a nice time.